Once upon a time, a witch loved stories galore, and greedy as she was, she wanted more and more. When she saw that the librarian had stories of all kinds, she said, "I'll capture you, all your stories will be mine." There took place a curious chase through meadow, tree, and flower, till at last they ended up right at the witch's tower. Now poor Marian, the librarian, a prisoner she'll stay, until the witch is happy and lets Marian go away.
Hello. Today we have to get a story for Kerfumbly that is so good it has won a prize. Did you ever see a book that has won a prize? Well, if you look in the library, you will find a few books that have shiny gold medals on them. The medal is called the Caldecott Medal. There is a Caldecott Medal on Where the Wild Things Are, and there's a Caldecott Medal on Make Way for Ducklings. There's a Caldecott Medal on The Snowy Day, and some other books have the Caldecott Medal too. Now, when a book has a Caldecott Medal on it, that means that it has very nice pictures. Pictures that help tell the story. So, I want to get a story for Kerfumbly that has that Caldecott Medal on it. And I think I found some things in the trunk that will help us get a story like that. Do you know what's in here? This is a portfolio, and it's full of tools that artists use. The artists have to have these things when they draw the pictures in those books. Now, of course, they have to have paper. And they need other tools. Tools to help them draw. Now, the story tells them the kinds of pictures they need to be drawing. Let's pretend that we're going to have a story, and that our story is about a little girl. The artist decides what he thinks the little girl should look like. He might want to put a hat on her. Some hair. A smile. Let's give her long sleeves. Maybe some buttons. Long stockings and little shoes. Now the artist has told us what the little girl in the story will look like. But artists can use other things, too, besides just a pen to draw their pictures. Suppose that in our story we had a dog. Now, the artist might draw the dog first, but if he's going to make some colors, he'll be thinking, what color should this dog be? Do you know what color you'd make the dog if you were drawing it? Well, let's suppose that the artist decides the dog will be brown. Now, one way he can make the dog brown is to use some paint. Then when you see the pictures he's made in the book, you'll see a dog that is brown. The artist has many other colors that he can use, too, when he paints. But pens and paints are not the only things that an artist can use. He might use a pencil, just like you have. Or he might use a piece of charcoal. Makes nice black lines. He might use colored chalk. Artists have many tools to make the pictures in books. Well, I'm hoping that if we put some pictures in the Once Upon a Time machine, it will give us a story that has a Caldecott medal on it. So let's put these in and turn the machine on. And it does have a Caldecott medal on it. The book is called Madeline's Rescue by Ludwig Bebelmans. In an old house in Paris that was covered with vines lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. They left the house at 9:30 in 2 straight lines, in rain or shine. The smallest one was Madeline. She was not afraid of mice. She loved the winter, snow, and ice. To the tiger in the zoo, Madeline just said, "Pooh-pooh." And nobody knew so well how to frighten Miss Clavell until the day she slipped and fell. Poor Madeline would now be dead, but for a dog that kept its head and dragged her safe from a watery grave. From now on, I hope you will listen to me, and here is a cup of chamomile tea. Good night, little girls. I hope you sleep well. Good night, dear Miss Clavell. Miss Clavell turned out the light. After she left, there was a fight about where the dog should sleep that night. The new pupil was ever so helpful and clever. The dog loved biscuits, milk, and beef, and they named it Genevieve. Soon the snow began to fly. Inside it was warm and dry, and 6 months passed quickly by. When the 1st of May came near, there was nervousness each year, for on that day there arrived a collection of trustees for the annual inspection. The inspection was most thorough, much to everybody's sorrow. Tap, tap. Whatever can that be? Tap, tap. Come out and let me see. Dear me, it's a dog. Isn't there a rule that says dogs aren't allowed in school? Miss Clavell, get rid of it, please, said the president of the Board of Trustees. Yes, but the children love her so, said Miss Clavell. Please don't make her go. I dare say, said Lord Cuckoo-Face. I mean, it's a perfect disgrace for young ladies to embrace this creature of uncertain race. Off with you. Go on. Run. Scat. Go away and don't come back. Madeline jumped on a chair. Lord Cuckoo-Face, she cried, beware. Miss Genevieve, noblest dog in France, you shall have your vengeance. It's no use crying or talking. Let's get dressed and go out walking. The sooner we're ready, the sooner we'll leave. The sooner we'll find Miss Genevieve. They went looking high and low, and every place a dog might go. In every place they called her name, but no one answered to the same. The gendarmes said, "We don't believe we've seen a dog like Genevieve." Hours after they had started, they came back home, broken-hearted. "Oh, Genevieve, where can you be? Genevieve, please come back to me." In the middle of the night, Miss Clavell turned on the light and said, "Something is not right." An old street lamp shed its light on Miss Genevieve outside. She was petted, she was fed, and everybody went to bed. Good night, little girls. I hope you sleep well. Good night, dear Miss Clavell. Miss Clavell turned out the light, and again there was a fight as each little girl cried, "Genevieve is mine tonight." for a second time that night, Miss Clavel turned on her light. And, afraid of a disaster, she ran fast and even faster. If there's one more fight about Genevieve, I'm sorry, but she'll have to leave. That was the end of the riot. Suddenly, all was quiet. For the third time that night, Miss Clavel turned on the light. And to her surprise, she found that suddenly there was enough hound to go all around. Ah, that book did have many pictures that helped tell the story, didn't it? Let's go call Kerfumbly and see if she likes it. Left and right and Zachary Zoo, here's a story just for you.
Hello, Marion. Do you have my story that's won a prize?
Yes, I do. Madeline's Rescue.
Oh, Madeline's Rescue. Oh, did something terrible happen to Madeline? She fell into the water. Oh, did someone save her? Oh, good. Who saved her? Oh, the dog. Genevieve. Did Madeline keep Genevieve for a pet? Oh, she did. Oh, but then the inspectors made Genevieve go away. Oh, did they ever find her? Oh, they did. She came back. Oh, and then what happened to Genevieve at the end of the story? Oh, she had puppies. Did each little girl get to keep a puppy? She did. Oh, I think I'm going to like this story. And it has such nice pictures, too. And it did win a prize. The Caldecott Medal. Oh, Marion. What sort of a prize is the Caldecott Medal?
Well, Kerfumbly, when a book has the Caldecott Medal, that means that it has lots of nice pictures. Pictures that help tell a story. So you see, you wanted a book that won a prize, and I gave it to you, and now you'll have to let me go.
Oh, she's right, isn't she? Oh, now how am I going to get another story? I know. Marion, didn't you say that the Caldecott Medal was a prize for pictures?
That's right.
Well, then, you didn't give me a story that won a prize. You gave me pictures that won a prize.
But Kerfumbly...
Oh, so you see, Marion, you didn't give me what I asked for. Now I think I want a story about, about grandmothers. Yes. Or would you rather be turned into a frog?
No. I'll get you a story. A story about grandmothers. Will you come back and help me find a story like that? Good. I'll see you here next time.
Once upon a time, a witch loved stories galore, and greedy as she was, she wanted more and more. When she saw that the librarian had stories of all kinds, she said, "I'll capture you, all your stories will be mine." There took place a curious chase through meadow, tree, and flower, till at last they ended up right at the witch's tower. Now poor Marion, the librarian, a prisoner she'll stay, until the witch is happy and lets Marion go away.